Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're doing a little bit of a how-to or a tutorial video for you guys with the new features that have come out recently on OPTC Global. So the things we are focusing on today are Gather Island and the new Coliseum rehash event that has just dropped on Global, and sort of just giving my opinions for you guys on this one here, the Recollective archive, giving you guys some opinions on what you should either level up in Gather Island or what characters are very, very good to farm in the Recollection archive. Before I begin though, this is just my opinion, just playing the game. I've had a lot of people ask how you get extra cotton candy and like what characters are really, really good from the Recollective archive, so I thought I'd make a video sort of touching base on both of them and sort of conjoining them in one video for more quality of life for you guys. So first of all, we're going to start over at the Gather Island. Now if you guys have been doing your Chopper Man missions, you guys will know once you get to the master missions that you actually have to get all of these areas up to level 10. So I've already actually got most of mine up to level 10, as you guys can see here. I haven't really touched the gold cave because like belly is not an issue for me, but getting up your stamina meat roaster is actually very, very nice, especially if you are looking to farm content consistently, and it works very, very well with the Recollective archive. I think I get one stamina every 64 hours, so every sort of like 3 days I get like a full stamina recharge, and obviously the more stamina you have, the more beneficial this becomes. Ideally get it to around level 10, obviously, for the Chopper Man missions, and then if you want to invest more on it, you definitely can. Another really, really good option to level up is the Spring of Vitality. You have to get this to level 10 for the Chopper Man missions as well, and every time you level it up, it actually gives you an extra stamina. So at level 20, you get 30 extra stamina. After level 20, though, everything starts to get very, very pricey, as you can see. So even like stopping at level 25, and once you hit sort of like level 26, 27, that's when you start having to spend lots of tickets. So the idea here is to try and get most of your levels up on a lot of different things without using too many rumble scrolls. But the Spring of Vitality is great, especially for your lower level players, as this is a very, very easy way to get extra stamina. The training ground, don't even worry about the training ground. You don't need friend points. They come, they go. You don't have to worry about them. Like I said, the meat roast is very, very good. Berry Cave, if you are struggling for bellies, you can do it, but you can just sell turtles, honestly. Selling turtles is the easiest way to get belly. The next option is the Rainbow Gem Tree. Now, I'm a bit controversial with the Rainbow Gem Tree. I've leveled up a little bit. I sort of stopped at 72 hours. 1 gem every 3 days. Like, I'll happily cop that. But if you guys want to level it up a little bit more, you can. Just, honestly, I would get to, like, level 10 for the missions and then sort of just leave it there, as I do believe leveling up cotton candy is a lot more important. These three here, your Gilding Mine, your Treasure Hunters, and your Fishing Spot, they're actually very good options too, especially the Limit Break Cave or the Gilding Mine. Every day you can activate this and you have a chance of actually getting a bunch of Limit Break materials. Depending on like your level is a higher chance of stuff like Super Success and stuff like that. So Super Success to me is 5%, Success is 65%, and then Fail is 30%. But in here you can just pick up a lot of extra Limit Break materials every single day, and when Treasure Map's on, it's a very, very easy way to keep stockpiling them higher and higher and higher. The Treasure Hunters, it's actually pretty decent, to be honest. Treasure Hunters can give you stuff like level up items and stuff like that, but in my opinion, the Fishing Spot is actually a little bit better because you can pick up stuff like Rumble Scrolls from here. But again, I would sort of just like get these to like level 10 and sort of just sit on them, because at the end of the day, all three of these are still RNG for what you guys actually can acquire. So there's also that. The final thing we're going to talk about on Gather Island is actually these three shrines here. So the Monument of Ferocity, the Monument of Endurance, and the Monument of Healing. As you guys can see here, once you level these up, it increases your max attack, your max HP, and your max recovery by a certain margin, which means you can actually add more cotton candy to your units. Now, the max for cotton candy was always plus 100 in all of the areas, attack, HP, and recovery. But with the addition of these monuments or these shrines, you guys can get up very, very high. And as you guys will see, mine are level 25. From level 25, it starts getting a little bit ridiculous, like 4,500 tickets. Like, whoa, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. But ideally, I would sort of rank these up to it, like, at least to like level 10 margin, because you guys can actually get quite a lot of extra stats for things like Pirate Rumble, for taking on things like forests. Even those little additions can be very, very beneficial. And farming cotton candy can actually be quite simple with Chaos Coliseum and the new Recollective archive that we are going to talk about. Now, Before we continue, though, we are going to take a look at the facilities. So if you have a look at the facilities here, you can have a look at all of your facilities. You can have a look at all the levels, and you can click your upgrade ready if you guys are looking to do that option as well. But as I mentioned, I would sort of just get these up a little bit and sort of just satisfy the Chopper Man missions first for those juicy gems, and then maybe work on what works for you. Now, one of my mates, he loves the fishing spot and the gilding mine. I think he's got up to like level 30, as he struggles with limit break materials and he's not a big fan of playing treasure map. So he'll sign in every day, collect his materials, and then he can limit break characters that way, as his box isn't so finalized, I guess. So there's obviously that option for you guys, but how do you actually get these up to a high level? So we have a look at the upgrade requirement for me on the Monument of Ferocity. You'll have a look down the bottom here. It says required. Now the required rank directly relates to PvP. So my highest ever rank in PvP has been like, I think, top 50, and that always stays. To get these things up higher, you guys need to rank high in PvP. So if we head over to PvP now, or Pirate Rumble. Oh, do we gotta defend? Yeah, we gotta defend. Nice. I am trying to sort of stick around the top 5,000 to get in championship before I use my actual defensive team. But if you head over here to ranking and you click on the ranking, it'll sort of tell you the ranking rewards and stuff like that. But if you head over to championship here and you click on, wait, where is it? Where is it? It might not be available because we're not in championship. Oh, here we go. If you click on this info, there we go. So if you guys make the championship rank and you come first, championship rank, you get that little like gold symbol. It basically means you can just level everything up to the highest ability. Now, the highest I've got, actually, is in, the top 100. And that will always stay for me. It will always stay at that rank. And I can level things up to that rank. So, it might be in your best interest to try and get a championship rank and just go very hard in Rumble to level these things up. But, as I mentioned, ideally, to get most of these sort of Gather Island areas up, you shouldn't need to really get past, I think it's like exhibition rank, 500 or something like that. But that's the way you guys level up your rank, so you can actually start leveling up these things. Now, if we head back over to the Gather Island, as you guys will see here, to get to level 21, you only need to be level 3 silver. So if we head back to Rumble now, and we check what the ranking was for level 3 silver, you click on this one here, and we go down to level 3 silver. You need to fall in the top 5,000 or above in Exhibition, which is very, very easy to do if you guys invest a little bit. Now, if you go championship, and you fall in the champion, you make the championship, and then you end up in rank 5,000 below, as long as you make championship, you will have this platinum rank. Now, that platinum rank will basically allow you to go up to, I think, around like level 25 on most of the Gather Island areas. Oh, that was the wrong button. So we head back to Gather Island now. A lot of chopping and changing, I do apologize. But we head back to the Gather Island now. As you can see, platinum rank 1 to get to level 27 for my Monument of Endurance, which is a lot of tickets, and it takes a lot of extra playing of Rumble to actually get these tickets. So if you guys can make just championship one time, and even if you do not rank like even close to 5,000, you will automatically get this platinum rank. It will stay there forever, and you can consistently level up all of these things to level 25. You can get all your Master Chopper Man missions done, and you guys can get some nice juicy cotton candy for your units, as well as get some other goodies on Gather Island. So Gather Island's a really, really good implement into the game. I'm actually a really big fan of it, and every single day, make sure you are popping over to your Gather Island to collect all of your different limit break materials, your XP-based items, your tomes, your Rumble Scrolls if you get lucky, as well as your gems and your stamina as well. The next part of this video, part B of this video, is about the Recollective Archive. So, with the Recollective Archive, you can challenge past clashes and Coliseums at any time of the day. Now, every single day, you guys will get 200 points. Each sort of category takes different amounts of points to unlock. As you guys will see here, the hard clashes take 80 points to unlock, and once you unlock them, you get 1 hour to complete it as many times as you like. Once you unlock it though, it will take stamina. So Clash Hard will do will cost 80 points. You can do Clash Normal for 60 points, Clash Easy for 20 points, Clash Coliseum Clash will take around 100 points, and there's a lot of units here. A lot of units. The Underground will cost you 50, and if you guys have hit the Master, and then your Exhibition will cost you 20, you can even unlock the event, actually. I never actually gone down this far. You can actually unlock the event characters, so you can finish stuff like Morias and Zoro Jiros and Otokos and stuff like that, which is actually an awesome addition, because these guys don't come around very often, and finishing them up, they actually have some pretty good support. Like this Diamante has a great support. This Moria is amazing for Dofi 1. Law is very strong, and that Wano Zoro is excellent as well. So what characters are actually worth unlocking? What characters are actually worth your time and your investment? Now, when you guys hit the Masterman missions, you have to actually start using this to actually do some of the missions. It starts, I think at level 20, you use 20 of the points, and then 50, then 50, and then it just goes up and up and up. So you do want to start using this when you do hit the Master rank. That would be the best time to start farming these characters, as you can get the Chopper Man missions done as well. Make sure you have your teams built. Make sure you have a lot of stamina before you do unlock these. As I mentioned, you only have 1 hour to unlock them, but every day at 4 o'clock PST, you will be able to get 200 points back. So let's have a look at the Clash Hard, and let's see what characters are worth your time. Magellan and Hannibal, very good unit. I would make sure you get them done. They're a 2x color affinity to both int and quick. Excellent unit. Sengoku and Garp, honestly, good unit, but hasn't really been used too much, so I would say probably maybe just leave that as a last resort. Same with Usopp and Chopper. They're okay, but they're not something that is like super handy. The Sanji, 2x attack boost to powerhouse unit, so if you guys are missing a powerhouse booster, he's very good, but otherwise, again, he's dropped off, very similar to Garp and Sengoku. Clash Beach, hard skip, easy skip actually. He's 6 shooter characters, no thanks. Spandam, actually a pretty decent unit and has a super evolution. He can remove resilience, and he becomes a captain for 2 turns, which can be very handy. Luci, an amazing free-to-play unit, 2x color affinity. If you have Bullet, you really want to get this Luci done. Clash Ace, another amazing unit. I would put him very high on the list. 2.25x orb boost to powerhouse and free spirits, 2x otherwise, and block orb manipulation. Excellent unit. Cracker is fairly niche. I wouldn't really focus on Cracker too much. He is good at removing chain lock, so if you are stuck without any characters that can remove chain lock and you're looking for a free-to-play option, Crack is very good. He can also make you a full board of Dex Orbs as well, which is great. Judge, very strong. He does 2x color affinity to 3 different classes, and he removes chain lock as well, so I would prioritize Judge way ahead of Cracker. He's very good. Croc, amazing unit, has that ability the same as V3 Law. I think he's a chain lock remover as well, so definitely don't even worry about Cracker. Just do the Judge and the Croc. They're way better units. Bonnie, amazing for the Hawkins Forest. She actually helps you cheese that so easy. So definitely get her done if you're struggling with the Hawkins Forest. Sublemask, I haven't used too much. He is a solid unit, but I would probably skip him or save him to the end. Clash Zoro is probably the top of the list. This guy is an absolute monster. 2x color affinity to driven and slashes if you're at full HP. 1.75x otherwise, as well as removing defensive effects like threshold and damage reduction. He has a very good support for color affinity to slashes as well, so get him done ASAP. Yonko Big Mom, she's very good for speed farming team. She has double special activation, does a lot of damage. If you guys are just looking to put together a speed team, she's very good. Clash Bardo's dropped off quite a bit, but he's good for stalling. Stampede Sabo, absolutely incredible unit, very strong. Color affinity to, I think, 2 or 3 colors, maybe, yeah, 3 colors, Psi, Strength, and Dex, as well as doing burn and attack down removal, which is great. Clash Brook, solid unit, but he just came out, so hopefully you guys have done him. This Dofi is fairly niche. He can extend orb and attack boost if your captain's cerebral or driven by 2 turns, and he locks orbs, so he can be pretty handy, but not an essential unit. Clash Luci, pretty much a skip. I haven't used that unit in forever. Clash Blackbeard, he's actually okay. I think he removes 1 turn of all defensive effects, and he's a 2x attack boost if you're below 10% HP, so he can be fairly useful, but I would probably skip him. Raid Carrot actually is really good. She has double special cooldown, and she can go a 2.25x attack boost if you use her special twice in a turn. Clash Kaido, I don't think I've ever used Clash Kaido. He does have a Neo form though, so I guess if you guys are looking for something to do. But to wrap that up, I would be looking at doing Clash Ace, Clash Luci, Clash Zoro, Clash Bonnie, Stampede Sabo, probably Judge and Miguel and Hannibal for Kizuna, and then maybe Big Mom for speed farming. On to Clash Normal now. Now, bear in mind all the clashes as well. Clash Easy, the only good... Oh, actually, we'll talk about that in a second. bear in mind that the Clash event is still out every single day, the Color Clash, so I don't think there's anything out at the moment because it's the weekend, but it'll say on these characters like out now, so you can't unlock them at the same time. But just be mindful with the clashes that you can still farm them on the days that they do come out, so that's an easy way to save your points and then use the points on Coliseum units. I would highly recommend using them on Coliseum units rather than Clash units, because Coliseum units do see a little bit more play. We have a look at Clash Normal now. Kobuhel Meppo, fairly decent unit for Psy and Int teams. They can use GARP support, so that's the big thing with them to remove Special Blind. So I would put them sort of in the mid tier of what to level up on this tier. Shanks and Mihawk, amazing unit. Can remove attack down and Special Blind, I'm pretty sure, by 2 turns. They have a pretty good switch ability, and it's a Shanks and a Mihawk for crying out loud. Who doesn't love Shanks and Mihawk, right? Shiki's pretty much only good for his support, 1.3 times attack to Driven, so maybe just do a couple copies to get that support maxed out. Clash Rayleigh's actually fairly good with his Limit Break. He gets cooldown every time someone else uses a special, and he's a 1.75 times Rainbow Attack booster, so he's a fairly good unit. I actually probably rank him fairly high on this tier list, like in terms of like what to do. Arlong, you could probably skip Arlong, save him for last. Kunama, amazing Clash unit. 1.75 times Orb Booster, rotates Block, Bomb, G, and all those types of orbs. Very good unit. He's a Powerhouse Cerebral too, so he's got great classes. Akainu, probably skip Akainu. The Jinbei next to him is actually way better. Akainu does like a 1.75 times Color Affinity boost, but Jinbei does it 2 times Color Affinity boost and removes attack down. That Jinbei is actually really good. I use that Jinbei more than I use Super Type Sabo, like no clap. Ray Dothie's been around forever, still a 2 times Orb Booster, I guess, so he is fairly good if you are looking for a good solid Orb Booster. Sabo, the tap timing Sabo has dropped off completely, you could probably skip him. Same with the Frankie and that sort of monster unit that they build with Usopp and Chopper and that. Enel can be good as a 2 times attack booster for Quick, but Quick aren't very great, so if you are looking for a good attack booster that sort of does damage, he can remove Stun actually. That's actually probably pretty handy. He can remove Stun, which is great for the Enel challenge itself. So there's that as well. Kizaru, great for speed farming content, reduces cooldowns by 1 turn for shooters and fighters. Boa, 2.5 times Chainlock, she has a great support, but again, I put both of them around the middle. Clash General Frankie, you could probably skip him completely, like I don't think I've ever used that unit ever. Clash Fuji, actually really good, 2 times Orb Booster for Powerhouse units, so if you're looking for that, he does like a wave clear mechanic as well as rotate adjacent orbs, so he's actually really good for Powerhouse teams. The Kuzan, you could probably skip Kuzan, strikers aren't great. Magellan, very good unit, but the Clash Magellan is just way better, so don't worry about him. Caesar doesn't see too much play. I think he can remove poison, but I don't think I've ever used that Caesar ever, so I couldn't even tell you what he does. And Raid Croc's actually really good. He removes I think he's a Color Affinity booster, I think. Maybe I'm thinking of the Halloween Croc, the event Croc. I have to double check that Croc, but I don't think I really use him too much. He might be a Color Affinity booster. As for the easy clashes, you can basically just skip all of them, to be honest, unless you're just looking for something to do, except for Invinkov and Bellamy. Bellamy has double special, and he's a 1.75 times Orb Booster. He's very good in Pirate Rumble, and so is Invinkov. Invinkov's great in Pirate Rumble. The rest of the units, though, they've been around so long that honestly they just don't see play ever. So yeah, you can pretty much hard pass all of them unless you are just looking for something to do. And you are looking for characters to farm up to do your Chopper Man missions, I guess. Moving on to Chaos Coliseum now. So this is where the big ones are at. Most Chaos Coliseum units are very good, but there has been a lot of units that have been around for a very long time. So Dothian Treble, absolutely incredible. 2.75 times Chainlock and then 3.25 in the next turn if you hit 4 perfects. Definitely get them done. They're very good. Kid, skip. Zephyr, skip. Foxy, skip. Or skip. Kinemon is actually pretty good. He gives cooldowns to free spirits and slashes. With slashes just being so good, that can actually come in handy. So consider maybe doing him. The Electric Swordsman guy, skip. Neko, pretty good actually. I think he's a 1.75 times attack booster to strikers and powerhouse units, as well as rotating block orbs. So he's fairly useful. I haven't used him in a little while, but he is very useful. Enel should be at the top of the list. This Enel is god tier. 5 turns of attack down, paralysis removal, boost the chain multiplier, and give himself an orb. He's amazing for the Whitebeard challenge, the Garp challenge Whitebeard. So make sure you get him done if you're struggling with that. Opera doesn't see too much play besides his support. He can move Despair on for fighter characters. So maybe just like unlock that, get his support done, and then move on. Oven is actually pretty good. He removes, he throws orbs and then gives you a full board of orbs, does damage, and then gives you an orb boost for 2 turns. He works great with the Sweet Generals actually. Morley, absolutely god tier. Make sure you guys get Morley done, especially if you love running free spirit captains. He's great for Revolutionary Army 2 against Morley, which is pretty funny. He removes resilience, he sets the defense low, does a conditional boost, and then if you hit 4 perfect or 3 perfects or something like that, he sets the defense to 0, and then you have the conditional boost as well. He's an incredible free-to-play unit. Dogstorm, amazing, can remove 5 turns of threshold, 2.25 times attack, 2 times attack boost to sight and strength, and despair removal by 5 turns. He's very, very high on the list as well. Orochi, he's pretty niche, cuts your HP, which is great to remove stun, and can remove, I think it's paralysis and something else by 8 turns. So he's pretty niche. He may come in handy, so I basically just have him just in case you need him. But if you're looking for something to do, I'd put him around the middle of the sort of importancy. Okiku Chori just came out. She has a pain in the ass to beat unless you have Luffy Sanji, but she's amazing. She's a very, very strong unit. Damage reduction, removal, and I think she does an orb boost for 2 turns as well. I may be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's an orb boost for 2 turns. So she's incredible. Make sure you get her done. I haven't used her too much, but that's just because I'm a whale and I have other units that I like to use more. But as a free-to-play unit, she's very, very good. Killer, you can skip. Moria, skip. Margaret, skip. Idio, skip. Markvar, skip. That was easy. Coliseum Luci's actually still pretty good. He's a orb booster for strength, dex, and quick. He was an absolute god tier sub for the original Luci, but has dropped off quite a bit. Rayleigh's really good if you're struggling with the Big Mum Forest or the Beach Forest. I want to say it was the Big Mum Forest. He can make... well, no, actually with the Blackbeard Forest now I'm thinking about it. He can make like your orbs matching. I think it's for free spirits. But other than that, he's pretty niche. Coliseum Kid is actually really good. If your captain is striker or shooter, he can give you end of turn damage. If you have Kaido, though, you don't really use him too much, but he is still very, very good for speed farming teams. I would put him fairly high up on the importancy. Daifuku, skip, Clash. Coliseum Pika is actually really, really good on a Kaido team. He's stalling. He becomes your captain for 3 turns, and he reduces damage by like 90%. He's actually pretty good. I'd get him done. I use him for the White Bee challenges every time I run Kaido to stall on the Vista and Marco stage. He's excellent. Hody, absolute amazing unit. 5 turns of Bind, Despair, and Special Bind removal, and can remove Special Bind on himself as well. So get him done. Shutenmaru, I don't think I've ever really used Shutenmaru. He's a good unit, but like I don't think I just ever really use him too much. So maybe just pass on that one. King is pretty good. He can remove Despair by 5 turns, and he does delay if your captain is quick. Sorry, Dex, and then does a conditional boost. But I'd never it's very rarely you do delay conditionals nowadays, to be honest. So I have the same issue with Brook. Alvida, skip. Apu, skip. Sadie, skip. Marco, skip. Kiros is actually pretty decent. 1.5 times orb boost, I'm pretty sure, and rotates orbs on like a 6-turn cooldown. There's not many good Kiros getters in the game, so like I'd put him around mid-tier in terms of like farming. Rizo's got to do with shooters. You probably skip him easily. Coliseum Magellan, definitely get him done. He is incredible. Sets the defense to 0. He removes 2 turns of damage reduction and threshold. Poisons. He's very, very good. Make sure you guys get him done. He's excellent. Jinbei's actually pretty interesting. He removes threshold completely. So he's very, very strong, as not many other characters do that. So I'd probably farm him up in case you ever need that. Or unless you're running fighter teams, isn't that great. And Gukimaru, I don't think I've ever used 2, but I do know he's a pretty good unit. So maybe put him around the medium in terms of importancy, but he's one of the harder Coliseums too. Alright, Ace, you can skip. X-Ray, you can skip. Conjuro, you can skip. Don Jinjiao, you can skip. Dogstorm, you can skip. Pedro's okay for cerebral teams. He's like I think he was what did he do? He does like damage to himself, so he sets the defense low. Sorry, your HP low, which was good for low HP captains. But nowadays, Cerebral just has so many better options that I'd probably skip him. Kuma, I don't really ever use this Kuma either, but he's pretty solid. But I put him around the medium importancy. Count Nitori is actually pretty good. Has double special activations, really good recovery, really good damage reduction. Fairly solid unit, but not the highest importance on the list. Brook, honestly, I don't think I've ever used this Brook ever, so probably skip. Law and Komurasaki are both very, very good, though. They're probably the best out of the Psy units to do. Law can remove attack down and special bind, I'm pretty sure, and then does different things depending on your HP. So I would make sure you get him done. He's very, very good. His Coliseum's actually pretty hard, though. Komurasaki is another excellent unit. Double special activation, can remove bind and threshold, as well as give adjacent orbs through block orbs, which is really, really strong. So definitely get her done. Moving on to Int Characters now, we can have a look at We can skip Diamante, Shiryu, you can skip the Fishman, you can skip the Lion from the, what's his name, Shishilian. Shishilian's a 2x attack booster for Int Characters. I think he does damage to himself, which is great to remove stun, so there's also that, but nothing too essential. Jesus Burgess can go, you can skip that. Coliseum Neptune, definitely get Coliseum Neptune done. He's amazing. Removes resilience, 3 turns of attack boost to Cerebral and Powerhouse, which are god tier, and reduces defense. And he has a Sailor ability that reduces his cooldown every time someone else uses a special. So make sure you get him done. He's an absolute god. Smoothie, Katakuri, they're both very, very good, but put them around the mid tier in terms of importantness. Kyoto Shira, don't ever use him, to be honest. He's pretty, like, mid. Actually, he's pretty solid, but, like, it's just better options. Sunguro is really, really good. Like, I love using this Sunguro. Healing, cooldown, rotates orbs. I would definitely get him done. He's a Sanji, so he can use lots of really good supports. Kizaru, very, very good. Reduces cooldowns by 2 turns, I think, for strength and int units. And he has the special reverse mechanic, reversal for strength and int. He makes all colors matching for them and is a 2x orb booster as long as your captain is strength or int 2, which is really, really strong. So get him done, as well as page 1 being a 3.5 times chain lock if you've used 5 specials in the turn. Page 1 is actually really, really good as well. As for the underground, it's literally all the same as the what's it called? This one. The Chaos, but yeah, so I'm not going to touch on that. Exhibition can go. As for event, all of these units are actually really, really good. Like, really, really good. The Jesus Burgess is amazing for chainlock and threshold. The Diamante is a really good support to change like T&D and stuff into matching orbs if the enemy rotates them, or when you use a special. Wano Law is actually pretty decent. He's a Law unit and he's free to play, so like that's the big upside to him. Otoko, you don't really use her, so you can probably skip her. Moria is really, really good. Paralysis removal, attack down removal, and does fixed damage. Great for Dofi 1, to be honest. Moria is an incredible... not Moria. Kuma is a really, really good sub for Sugar teams if you are running Sugar. Because of the 40 cost thing. Zoro Juro sets the defense to 0, removes paralysis. He's really, really good. Make sure you get that Zoro Juro done. And the Rebecca is actually really, really handy as she extends attack buff as well as giving 3 turns of color affinity over into the next turn. So she's really unique and I would definitely get her done. But that's pretty much everything that we need to talk about in terms of the Recollective archive. As you can see, like these 2 new events work hand in hand. Over on Gather Island, getting more stamina, being able to farm more stuff, and then actually unlocking stuff every single day can really maximize your efficiency when you're sort of just building up your box in terms of trying to beat hard content. So I hope this gave you guys a little bit of clarity on what's going on with OPTC Global in terms of the Recollective archive and Gather Island, what to level up, what's good, what's not really good, and what characters you should be focusing on. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button as well. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!